Have you ever woken up from a dream and wondered what it really meant? Ever felt like that dream was more than just your mind processing information? Maybe it was a message, a connection to something greater, something spiritual. Spiritism teaches us that dreams can be a window into the spiritual world, a way for our soul to communicate with spirits. In this video, we're going to explore this fascinating connection between dreams and the spiritual realm. If you want to understand more about what your dreams might reveal, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content. And of course, share your thoughts and expectations about this topic in the comments. Let's unravel the mysteries of dreams and the spirit together. When we think about dreams, we usually picture those confusing images, often filled with bits of our daily lives, right? But through the lens of Spiritism, the meaning of dreams goes way beyond that. Allan Kardec, in the Spirit's book, teaches us that during sleep, the spirit partially detaches from the body. This detachment allows it to access other dimensions and spiritual planes. It's like while the physical body rests, the spirit gains temporary freedom to connect with realities beyond the material world. Now, have you ever stopped to think that many of your dreams might be reflections of this spiritual life that our spirit experiences while we sleep? As it leaves the body, the spirit can meet with other spirits, travel to different places, and in many cases even participate in true spiritual lessons. Isn't that an amazing thought? Instead of seeing sleep as just a time to rest, we can understand it as an opportunity for learning and connecting with the spiritual realm. But hold on, not every dream is some grand spiritual journey. Many dreams are simply reflections of our daily concerns, desires, and emotions. You know those dreams where you're worried about something, and it shows up in your sleep? Yeah, that's common. However, Spiritism emphasizes that some dreams go deeper, carrying important messages, reunions with beloved spirits, or even warnings about future situations. Let's think of an example. Imagine that while you sleep, your spirit meets a loved one who has already passed away. The feeling when you wake up is so real, so vivid, it seems like you were actually with that person. From a spiritist point of view, this could be a real reunion where your spirit, during sleep, had the chance to relive a moment with someone you love who has already moved on. These kinds of dreams leave a deep mark, as if something greater has happened. And it's not uncommon for someone to wake up after such a dream with a sense of peace, of comfort. And what about you? Have you ever had a dream that felt like more than just something your mind created? Maybe it was your spirit connecting with something beyond, bringing a message to guide or comfort you. Share with us if you've ever experienced something like this. Let's reflect on it together. Now, let's dive a little deeper. Have you ever woken up from a dream feeling like there was something more, as if it was more than just a creation of your mind? In Spiritism, we believe that dreams can serve as a real bridge of communication between the physical and spiritual worlds. It's during sleep, when our soul is temporarily freed from the body's limitations, that we can connect with disincarnate spirits. And this isn't as rare as it might seem. Many people have dreams of loved ones who have passed and wake up with the clear sensation that the encounter was real. You know that deep sense of peace that sometimes follows a dream like this? Often, it's not just longing. These encounters can be a chance provided by the spiritual realm for an exchange of affection, a comforting word, or even guidance. Spirits of those we love may visit us during sleep to show that they're still close, still watching over us, even after physical death. The most beautiful part of this is that when we wake up, it feels like we've been embraced in a deeply special way. Besides loved ones, our spiritual guides also use the moment of sleep to communicate with us. They may bring us advice, answers to problems we're facing, or even warnings about future situations. Have you ever had a dream that seemed to deliver a clear message, a solution to something that's been worrying you? This can be how higher spirits guide us when we're more receptive, more open to this kind of communication. During sleep, our spirit disconnects from the daily worries, and this openness makes it easier to communicate with higher realms. Here's a practical example. Imagine you're going through a tough time, unsure of which path to take. During sleep, you have a dream where a spiritual guide clearly shows you what to do, which decision to make. When you wake up, the clarity that was missing is suddenly there, like a light has been switched on in your mind. This is spirituality manifesting through dreams, guiding us, offering direction. If you've had an experience like this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, it's worth paying closer attention to your dreams, because sometimes the answers we seek are coming to us in ways we never imagined. So, have you ever dreamed of someone who brought you a message or clear guidance? How did that experience feel? Let's talk about it. Have you ever had a nightmare so vivid that when you woke up, you wondered, was this just my mind playing tricks on me? Or is there something more to it? In Spiritism, nightmares can indeed have a spiritual origin, and it's fascinating to explore this idea. When we sleep, our spirit is freer, it detaches a bit from the physical body, and sometimes it comes into contact with energies or entities in distress. These unbalanced spirits, whether consciously or unconsciously, can influence our dreams, manifesting as nightmares. Ever thought about that? Moreover, many nightmares can be like a mirror reflecting past traumas, not just from this life but also from previous lives. In Spiritism, we believe that lessons and challenges we don't resolve in one incarnation can resurface in another. And nightmares might be our spirit's way of showing us these unresolved issues. So, when you have that recurring nightmare that affects you deeply, it could be your spirit signaling something that needs healing and transformation. An example would be when you repeatedly dream about situations of loss, deep fear, or even being chased. These dreams might be connected to past life experiences where you went through similar situations, and now your spirit is reminding you of them as a way to help you overcome them. It might seem frightening at first, but in reality, it's an opportunity for growth. See how the perspective shifts when we view nightmares as guides for our healing process. So next time you have a dream like that, try reflecting, what is this trying to show me? And how about you? Have you experienced a nightmare that, deep down, seemed to carry a deeper message? How was it? Share your experience with us. It'll be interesting to hear your story. Now, let's talk about a type of dream that leaves many people puzzled. Repetitive dreams. Have you ever felt like you're constantly reliving the same scenario in your dreams? In Spiritism, we believe that these kinds of dreams can be a persistent nudge from our spirit, or even from spiritual guides, trying to show us something we haven't fully understood yet. For example, imagine you frequently dream about trying to cross a bridge, but something always stops you. This could be a symbolic representation of an internal barrier you're facing in your waking life. It could be something emotional, like a fear or insecurity, or even a spiritual issue you need to work on. These dreams are like reminders saying, hey, take a closer look at this. There's something important here. Ever considered it from that perspective? Another common scenario is dreaming repeatedly about a specific place or situation, like always returning to an old house or encountering the same people in different settings. This could represent a spiritual lesson you haven't fully absorbed yet, or a karma that needs resolution before you can advance in your journey of spiritual evolution. When your spirit brings these dreams repeatedly, it's giving you the opportunity to reflect and take action on them. Here's a practical tip. If you experience repetitive dreams, try keeping a dream journal. When you wake up, write down everything you remember, even the small details, because often the messages are hidden in those little things. Over time, you might start to see patterns and understand what your spirit is trying to communicate. This practice can be transformative, trust me. So, tell me, have you ever had repetitive dreams that left you feeling like something needed to be resolved? How about sharing it with us? Let's reflect on this together. Now that we've explored different types of dreams and their possible connections to the spiritual world, the big question arises. How do we interpret all this? After all, it's not always easy to understand what our spirit or the spiritual plane is trying to show us. But don't worry, Spiritism offers some guidelines to help us interpret dreams more clearly and deeply. First, it's essential to distinguish between dreams that reflect our daily experiences and those with a spiritual nature. This may sound tricky, but there are some signs to help you identify when a dream is more than just a product of your thoughts. Spiritual dreams tend to be more vivid, clear, and leave a strong impression when you wake up. Have you ever had that feeling where a dream was so real that it stayed with you all day? That could be a sign of a dream carrying a spiritual message. Another trait of spiritual dreams is that they often bring a sense of peace or deep understanding. It's like you wake up knowing something significant happened, even if you can't fully explain it. These dreams might offer answers to problems you've been pondering or provide guidance on decisions you need to make. The key here is to pay attention to the details and, more importantly, the emotions the dream leaves you with. A great practice to help you interpret dreams is keeping a dream journal. I know it may sound too simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you wake up, jot down what you dreamed, even if it seems confusing or nonsensical. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns or recurring themes, which can give you valuable clues about what your spirit is trying to communicate. Also, writing down the feelings your dream evoked is super important, because often, the meaning lies more in the emotions than in the images themselves. If you feel that a dream carries a deeper spiritual message, you might want to seek help from someone more experienced, like a medium or a Spiritism scholar. Sometimes, talking to someone who has more practice with dream interpretation can help you see aspects you might not have noticed. In Spiritism, we believe strongly in collective learning, so exchanging experiences is always enriching. That said, don't stress about interpreting every dream to its fullest. Not all dreams will have a profound meaning. Some, as we've discussed, are just reflections of daily life. What's important is to stay open and attentive, understanding that dreams can be valuable tools for our self-knowledge and spiritual evolution. When you begin interpreting your dreams more consciously, you'll see how this process can help you resolve personal and spiritual issues that might be holding you back. So, next time you have a meaningful dream, why not take a moment to reflect on it? What did it make you feel? Is there a pattern or symbol that keeps showing up? This could be the start of a journey of self-discovery and inner growth. And of course, if you've had this experience or started practicing dream interpretation, share your story with us. Your reflections might help others understand their dreams too. So, we've reached the conclusion that dreams play a much deeper role than we usually imagine. In Spiritism, they are seen as an opportunity to connect with the spiritual realm, a way for our spirit to temporarily free itself from the limitations of the physical body and experience moments that can bring us growth, learning, and often comfort. Every dream has a purpose, whether it's reflecting our daily lives or delivering a message from beyond, and it's up to us to develop the sensitivity to understand what's being communicated. Think about it. Dreams can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. When we pay attention to them, when we reflect on the feelings, symbols, and messages they carry, we can find answers that we might not be seeing in our everyday lives. It's like opening a window to a part of ourselves that's in direct contact with the spiritual universe. And through that window, we can reconnect with loved ones, receive guidance from our spiritual mentors, and most importantly, evolve as spirits. So next time you wake up from a significant dream, whether it's pleasant or even unsettling, take a moment to reflect, what is this trying to teach me? That simple act of paying attention could help you see much more than you imagine. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Every dream, every experience has meaning, and sharing your reflections with others can bring new insights, new perspectives. If this content helped you see your dreams in a new light, keep exploring this universe. After all, every dream could be an opportunity to advance on your spiritual path. And if you've had dreams that left a mark on you, share your story in the comments. Together, we can keep learning and growing as evolving spirits. Until next time,